Hail and well met, lab mems. I know I streamed last night, but I figured, you know what? Let's go again. So, so that's what we're doing today. Sorry, I just turned my fan on because I'm getting kind of warm. Just checking stuff as well, see if anyone's online on Discord, whatnot. And I did not do that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, my mouse has been acting up lately. But hello, first viewer of the stream. How you doing today? So, at the end of last stream, we were introduced to Subaru Hidaka. Hence the title of this part. And sorry, I'm a little out of it. I didn't get much sleep. So you're probably thinking, okay, then why the heck are you streaming today, fool? Well, because I want to. Anyway, before I get into this, I should also tell you that if you notice some things looking a little different, other than the obvious background and stuff, um, but I mean, in the game, I installed the patch from Committee of Zero, who also released a patch for Chaos Child recently. So yeah, so if you see things look, if you see things that look different from the version you're playing, if you don't have the patch is why. But anyway, let's get back into the game. Yes, I would love to load this save. And this is where we ended last time. When I said, which means this is where I end the stream. But anyway. No, I don't think so, but whatever. 三流ロボ部に入るつもりなんてありません。Yeah, also, for anyone who happens to pop in, the reason there is no music playing is because of both the Twitch DMCA stuff that's been going on and YouTube copyright reasons. Hideka Subaru brutally interrupts Akiho. There's a difference. All the names read last name first now, like they are read in Japan or spoken in Japan. もう20回以上そう答えたはずですが。でもほら、ロボ部にとっては日高くんの技術力が必要なの。関わり合いになりたくないんですよ。ロボ部とは。Rude. Yeah, without even a bow, Hidaka Subaru changes from his indoor shoes to his regular ones and then leaves.
あいつ絶対ロボ部に入れてやるんだから。
Akiho's face is bright red. She looks like she's gonna start stamping her feet in frustration.
あんなに嫌われてるのに、アキちゃんもしつこいね。
また一
I I haven't the slightest clue why, but Hidaka Subaru is actively hostile towards the robotics club. He was the one student who came to watch our club last year, but it wasn't long before he started calling us stuff like third rate and worthless. Ouch. Well, I guess it only makes sense. In terms of technical skill, Subaru is on a completely different level. In junior high, he apparently entered Robo 1 solo and won third place. He never entered again after that. That's actually a typo right there. There shouldn't be an either. According to Michi's intel, he's even capable of repairing broken wristwatches. I understand why he looks down on us to an extent. If he ever joined the robotics club, he'd immediately be our ace. Heck, even though he's younger, he'd probably make a better club president than Akiho. Ow.
俺たちが三流っていうのは確かでしょ。
Rude. 1 second. Sorry about that.
カイがそういうこと言わないでくれるかな。
事実は事実として受け入れないと。
I hate to agree with him, but he's got a point.
分かってはいるけど、はい、その通りですなんて言えるわけないってば。
All sorts of people make fun of our little club. It wasn't nearly as bad when Akio and I joined up as new students. It's hard to say when it began, but I think it was after last year's new student club orientation. Ooh. The seniors in club weren't the public speaking types, so Akio gave the speech instead. That's where she screwed up. Akiho made a show intro video about Gunbarrel Prototype Model 1 and the club members maintaining it. The BGM for the video was the Gunbarrel theme song, sung by Akiho herself. Idiot. I'm sure you can imagine how all of that went over. Again, I say, that was stupid. And so the only student who came to check out our club out was Hidaka Subaru. He must have come to pick a fight. This year, Akiho and I ended up alone. She did her best to learn from her prior failures and didn't show the robot. Smart girl. But mid-speech, Akiho had an attack and was sent to the infirmary. Since I don't care about robots, it was over. So it made total sense that we couldn't get any new recruits. Plus, right after that, Akiho requested a tenfold increase to our budget, causing the student council and the VP to snap. As a result, even the underclassmen got a bad impression of Akiho burned into their minds, and so our club and the gun build project became the objects of ridicule. Students started referring to it as homegrown scrap. Ooh. Rude. Sure, compared to the high-tech robots being made by huge companies worldwide, ours is both ugly and has super low specs. I've heard people say that if it still hasn't been completed after 8 years, it'll never get finished. They say it's a waste of club funds and that the budget would be better off given to other clubs. Maybe. I can't argue with that. Ha ha ha. Hell, You could even argue that the Robotics Club had been given too much special treatment up until now. And all that was because of the groundwork that Misane put in as the founding member of the organization. And if you notice, the honorific Ne is spelled differently. In the officially released translation, it was just NE. Here it's double E. Since we're clinging to the work that that others did before us, I'm sure the school looks at us like we're parasites.
社会の縮図だね。
Yeah, I'd say so. Wait, let me do a thing here. Did I? Yeah, I got that. Yes. Let me just move around a bit. Just check stuff out. Okay. Nothing else here. Just making sure. All right, time to go ham on Kill Battle today. Oh God, let me do it. Let me do a check here. Okay, I've got those. Good. Wait. How did I miss that one? How did I miss that one the last time I was in here? Well, I got it now. Wait. Let me do a check on the other side of the room. Nope. That's the one I missed. Good. I think that to myself as I set down my bag in the club room. Yeah. Then why was it in quotes?
はあ、充電しよ
Oh God. Akiho. Akiho says that to herself and starts fiddling with her own Pokecom. I don't know why they changed that. Phone droid was a fine translation. Whatever. Anime appears on the screen. Okay.
う。疾風怒涛の元気いっぱい頑張れ。
Yeah. Jeez, is this blah, is the climax right at the start or something? It only took her 5 seconds to recharge. Blah, blah. Just checking some stuff here. Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry, just check to see if one of my friends is coming online soon because they did a 24-hour stream that ended this morning. Eastern time anyway, or yeah, that ended this morning for anyone who's in America who's watching. But yeah, that was a fun one. But anyway, back to the game. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I gotta hand it to her. It's impressive that she's recovered so quickly. She's even posing.
こんな狭いところで暴れるとまたポケコン壊すよ。
平気平気。
Yeah, I still say Phone Droid was a fine translation, but whatever. Akiho is always like this with anime. The two of us can barely sit comfortably in here, yet she's flailing wildly. If only she'd just go outside. Oh, and how in the heck does she get so excited over something she's seen countless times? I know that feeling. There are certain series, one of which I know I've gushed about on stream before, that I've watched at least a dozen times. But I always get so excited to rewatch it.
それ、なんてアニメ？
I asked that without thinking too deeply about it, and Akiho's expression morphs. She shoves the tablet screen in my face. Ooh. Yeah. If it's something she's seen, I would say at least a dozen or so times, probably more given how she is, you should know what it is by now. There's only one thing it can be.
頑張れるだよ頑張れる
And that's it.
ああ、そうだった。
Idiot. Now that I think about it, she was shouting its name earlier. I may not know much about mecha anime, but that was a dumb question even for me. Yeah, I can relate. I know nothing about mecha anime. I don't even watch mecha anime.
そうだったじゃないよいっつもうちの家で見せてあげてるでしょ
Akio's getting about as heated up as I expected. She's clearly still annoyed from her earlier encounter with Subaru, so she's more charged up than usual. That being said, she doesn't show me Gun Barrel. It's more like she watches it and I happen to be in the room.
それにカイがしょっちゅうポケコンでやってるゲームは
She's got a point there, Kai. Akio points at the tablet hanging from my waist.
何のゲーム
頑張れる。
うちの部が一生懸命作ってるあの実物大ロボは何のロボ
頑張れる。
Oh, I also just noticed. Thank God they made the names easier to read. Thank God. That was bugging me.
ここに置いてあるブルーレイは
Akio picks up the BD sitting on the desk and points at the picture on the jacket.
一体何のアニメでしょう
What freaking anime is this? I love that. Oh gosh.
頑張れる。
正解
Dork. You freaking dork. She drops the frown and returns to a smile. By the way, that's the only Blu-ray we own. Hell, the Clubroom doesn't even have a Blu-ray player or a TV, so it's useless.
カイそんなんじゃロボ部員失格だよ
Rude.
学ぶ姿勢っていうのがなってないんだよな。うん。
自分で言わないでくれるかな
Okay, I just gotta say, I love the fact that they're using like 3D models for this because, wow, I mean, they did it with Chaos Child and that worked. Well, I mean, that wasn't really 3D. It's just more animated. But still, like, yeah, example with Chaos Child, the sprites, like normally visual novels, the mouths just move, yeah, but with Chaos Child, no, they made them blink too. Yeah, they made the eyes blink. Like, I don't know how they animated that, and I think that was just the first step to stuff like this, with 3D models. But anyway,
まあ、さらに正直に言うと、興味ないからね。
それはとっくに知ってます。
Akiho shrugs her shoulders in exasperation, and for some reason pulls out the whiteboard in the corner.
まさか。
Yes. Yes, Kai.
というわけで、興味のない回を今日こそ洗脳してあげよう。
Oh, excuse me. Seriously? She always goes on forever.
まずはじめに、頑張れるは神アニメである。
Okay, good. It didn't skip. Thank God. Here comes the hyperbole.
少なくとも21世紀に入ってからだと一番ヒットしたアニメ作品なのだ。ブルーレイの売上枚数は未だに世界一。
In this age of the Pokecom, everyone switched to cloud storage when it comes to media. Nobody buys stuff on discs. Of course, I don't dare voice any of this, as it'd just make her talk longer. Oh boy, I know someone like that too.
やっぱりロボットアニメは最高だよね。日本人の男の子はみんなロボット大好き。
Aren't you a girl, Akiho?
昭和の時代にあの鉄腕少年がお茶の間に登場して以来、ロボットは友達で憧れでヒーローでかっこいいものだったの。いわばジャパニメーションの象徴、それがロボット。
Okay then.
人型のロボットに対する価値観が違う海外じゃ絶対に描けないものなの。
I mean, true, I think.
確かに逆に日本人にしか理解できないものって言われちゃってたりもしたけど、でもね、頑張れるは違う。頑張れるも日本のアニメスタジオが作ってるんだけど、まず海外から放映を開始したの。
Yeah, most anime don't do that.
日本の放送開始はその半年後で、その頃には世界中で熱狂的な話題になってたんだな、これが。その熱狂に引きずられたわけじゃないけど、日本でも当然のようにすごい視聴率を叩き出してブーム到来ってやつですよ。しかもね、終わり方もただの終わり方じゃなくて伝説級なんだよ。
I swear, I've heard this a billion times.
3年間続いたテレビシリーズの最終回はなんとまさかの放映中止。そりゃあもう世界中でファンが暴動一歩寸前まで行ったぐらい大騒ぎになったんだから。その最終回はブルーレイにも収録されてないし、関係者も誰も話したりしないしで、一切が謎に包まれてるわけ。あれからもう4年くらい経つけど、未だに最終回はどんな内容かを予想してる人がたくさんいる。それだけじゃなくて、最終話のマット動画がネットには大量に溢れてる。ファンの中には放送しないことこそが頑張れるの最終話に込められたメッセージなんだとか、メタ的な分析してる人もいるぐらいなんだよ。うちはこの最終回、スタッフの壮大な挑戦状だと思ってるんだ。と とにかく最終回が幻のまま放映されなかったことで、ガンバレルは一気に神アニメに進化したことは間違いないよ。っていうか、今の世界的なロボットブームはガンバレルがきっかけだっていう説もあるくらいなのさ。
She sure can talk. I just want to play Kill Ballad.
ガンバレルは今でも世界中で愛されているアニメだし、これを超えることはできないでしょ。
Sorry about that. Still, you're waiting for my friend.
そうそう。ガンバレルはさ、過去のロボットアニメと比べてどこが優れてるかって聞かれると、ってなっちゃうんだ。でもなんていうのかな、ロボットアニメの半世紀の歴史の集大成って感じなの。誤解を恐れずに言えば、歴代の名作ロボットアニメのいいとこ取りかな。ストーリーだって古き良き王道ヒーローものだし、でもその王道をとことんまで突き詰めてるおかげでね、とってもわかりやすいの。出てくるキャラもみんないい子ばっかりで感情移入できる。だからこそ熱くなれるし、感動もできるわけなのさ。どう？今ものすごーく見たくなってきたでしょ。1話から全話マラソンしたくてたまらないでしょね。
No. Akiho's eyes sparkle as she attempts to innocently appeal to me. She's like a little boy talking about his hero. Heck, even I'm starting to get a little excited. Just kidding.
それでも俺は興味ないけどね。
もうひねくれ者。
Ugh.
っていうか、ロボットアニメについてそこまで熱く語る女子高生なんて飽きちゃうくらいだよ。
また洗脳失敗か。もういい、続き見る。
Akiho sulks and goes back to appreciating Gun Barrel. Okay, this part is cool. The metal tower stands high above ground, quietly, yet accurately, transmitting its noise into space. It's as though it's absorbing the sound from its surroundings, converting it into the noise it emits. The chirps of cicadas and crickets. The flaps of bird wings, even the sounds of leaping insects. No matter how carefully one listens, such sounds do not exist here. The 30-meter radius surrounding the tower resembles a geyser spewing into the depths of hell, where death flows freely through the air. The great noise is akin to a scream echoing out from the underworld.
実証実験経過。
In this space filled with the sounds of death, a young girl whispers.
ナンバー2887をお伝えします。
Her bare feet produce no sounds with each step she takes. The girl looks up at the sky and whispers to nobody.
日本標準時、西暦2019年6月12日18時9分現在。
Wow. She holds a single pure white feather in her hand.
状況には変化ありません。
She whispers mechanically with no sign of emotion. She shows no sign of minding the noise.
以上、実証実験経過ナンバー2887をお伝えしました。
Just then, the wind blows. It's strong enough to cause the plants to sway. However, neither the girl's hair nor the edges of her soft clothes budge an inch. Only the feather in the girl's hand floats gently into the air. The pure white feather melts into the dust-colored sky. While her gaze follows the feather's path, the girl, expressionless until then, narrows her eyes in a seemingly pained manner. She quietly speaks into the wind.
その目、誰の目？
Those eyes, whose are they? Whose are they? God, I love that. Sorry, I had to say the line. The first bell of the morning rings as we exit the bus and head for the entrance.
うわ、鳴ってる！
Akiho doesn't even bother opening her umbrella as she steps off the bus and makes a dash for the entrance.
カイ、急がないと遅刻になっちゃうよ！
She briefly turns back to me, but I wave her off with my hand. I'm sure they'll let it slide if I'm just a few minutes late. I tried that once, didn't work. Not with school in general, but with one specific class. That is a story I will not get into. And it's not like I was intentionally late anyway. Anyway, I strolled to the entrance by myself. At that moment, I love this part. One of my favorite characters is going to show up.
スーパーリンペイ！
I hear the strange shout of a girl and stop cold. That voice came from the gymnasium, didn't it? The door's still open, so I take a look. I see a lone girl inside. The first bell already rang, so what is she doing? There's nobody else around. The judo club uses the gym for morning practice, so I assume she was one of them, but there's no judo gi in sight. On closer inspection, I recognize her small animal-like stature, short haircut, and boyish baby face. I'm pretty sure she's one of my classmates. What's her name again? I can't remember. I don't think we've ever really spoken to each other. I look through the tag information on my Pokecom. Ah, right. She's Daitoku Juna. Now I remember. We were in the same class last year. And she's in that should say judo club, not karate club, but whatever. Yeah, that matches up. She must be doing a kata right now. She silently yet fiercely repeats a series of defensive body movements. The combination of precise movement and silence creates a unique sense of tension in the air. The speed at which she moves her fists is hard to follow by eye, and her occasional jump kicks are razor sharp.
でもあんまり迫力は感じないな。
Maybe it's because she looks like a little boy? Or are katas like this no matter who does them? Anyhow, why is she practicing at a time like this? And in her school uniform, no less. Oh, God. That voice is so cute. She lets out a kind of cute shout as she thrusts her fist in front of her. She straightens out and bows. I guess she's done. She wipes the sweat from her brow like she's just finished a hard day's work and turns to exit the gymnasium. That's when she notices me.
Oh.
Our eyes meet. To be honest, we aren't familiar enough to exchange morning greetings. Heck, I have no idea if she even knows who I am. But now that we've clearly made eye contact, I can't just walk away without saying anything. I decide to greet her.
おはよう、大徳さん。
ヤシオくん。そん
Os.
なところにいて濡れちゃわない？
Os. Os. Really? Okay, sorry, I'm just surprised that anyway, she seems to remember my name at least.
まあ、少し。
もしかしてずっと見てた？
Kind of, technically, I think.
見てたよ。
そっか。恥ずかしいな。
She starts squirming, her face bright red. She looks even more like a small animal now.
いつもこの時間にあれやってんの？
今日はたまたま今朝弟が風邪ひいちゃってバタバタしててうちで練習できなかったから。
へえ。
それで今見たことは誰にも言わないでほしいな。
Sure.
なんで？
だって恥ずかしいもん。
Oh, poor thing.
そうなの？
そうだよ。
うん。
For some reason, we stand around silently for a while. This is really awkward.
それより、よれ、なっちゃったよ。早く行かなきゃ。先生来ちゃう。
ああ、そうだった。
じゃあ、先行くね。
Daitoko Juna says that hurriedly and runs off toward the entrance. Her steps are light, like she has springs on her feet. From behind, she looks like a junior high boy wearing a sailor uniform. It's kind of charming. Oh, oh god, whatever. I glance outside the window and see no sign of the rain stopping. It's been coming down hard since this morning. It's a little chilly in short sleeves. Did I miss a tag? Okay, there's no tag in here. Sorry, just checking some things. But hey, it's finally lunchtime. I watch my classmates pull their lunches out from their bags. The class rep stands in front of the blackboard. I'll be collecting money for lunches now. Now, what should I do? It's raining, but I'm thinking I'll just grab some bread at Mizuko-san's store and...
普通科3年2組ロボット研究部の瀬宮明穂さんと八潮海斗くんは至急職員室に来なさい。
Oh, crap.
繰り返します。普通科3年2組ロボット研究部の瀬宮明穂さんと八潮海斗くんは至急職員室に来なさい。
Sorry. I am momentarily dumbfounded by the sudden broadcast. Akiho quickly stands up from her seat. When our eyes meet, she flashes me a triumphant grin. Blah, blah.
時は来た。
So you think?
そのリアクションはどうかと思うよ、アキちゃん。
Our classmates are giving us weird looks.
いや足よ、一体何やらかしたんだ。ついにロボ部に配布宣告なんじゃないか。配布される前に教頭と勝負してきたらどうよ。
Ignoring their heckling, I shrug my shoulders as I exit the classroom. Akiho follows after me. Her expression is bursting with energy. It wouldn't be far off to say her entire body is glowing and that her eyes are shining with hope.
今の放送の声、教頭の臼井先生だよね。
さあね、あんまりヒスってなかったからわかんないな。
Oof.
これって間違いなく部費の件だよ。教頭先生、ようやく会ってくれる気になったんだ。たぎってきた。
本当にそんな希望的観測でいいのかな。っていうか、なんで俺まで呼び出されるんだろう。
カイだってロボ部だからに決まってるでしょ。さあ、行くよ。
I followed the high-spirited Akiho to the faculty room, gently running my hand over my stomach. Couldn't this have waited until after I had lunch?
失礼します。
Akiho yanks open the door vigorously and announces her arrival in a loud voice, barging into the faculty room shortly after. I politely nod to the faculty around us and follow her inside. As I explained, this whole thing started with Akiho. In April, there was a student council meeting. Club budgets were to be determined there, so Akiho attended and demanded a tenfold increase to our funding. Crazy girl. I did my best to stop her beforehand, but despite the club being a shadow of its former self, it was well funded. Other clubs complained about it all the time. Akiho just had to go and throw oil onto the fire. She refused to back down, and naturally the council had enough of it. Akio got in trouble once the VP caught wind, and things got worse when she started making her demands directly to her. She wasn't the least bit repentant either. In the end, the VP went ballistic. And so here we are with all funding to the Robotics Club on indefinite hold. Pretty definitive message of cool your heads for the time being. And that about sums up the current state of affairs.
教頭先生、ロボ部の瀬宮明穂と八潮海斗です。
The vice principal looks at Akio and responds with silence. Her intensity alone makes me want to get the heck out of here. Vice Principal Usui started working at this school 4 years ago. She seems like a very uptight, stubborn mom who'd be obsessed with her kids' education. Ooh, the fact that that reminds me of one of my teachers in high school. Ow. And funny enough, she was my homeroom teacher. Yeah. The type that doesn't smile much and is ridiculously strict with her students. Yeah. That is a story I will not get into. Just, yeah. No. During assemblies, she loves to bark orders hysterically at the student body using the mic on stage. People here are fairly easygoing, which makes her pretty unusual. Then again, I guess there are some faculty members who don't live on the island. Nevertheless, the vice principal looks as menacing as always today. Ooh. It's extremely clear to me that she's in an awful mood. Yeah, I'll bet. I don't think this is going to go as well as Akiho seems to believe.
部費の件ですよね。ようやく決断してもらったみたいで、ありがとうございます。
Let me do this thing. Yep. I love that.
そうと決まれば善は急げです。今後のスケジュールを考えると、今すぐにでも欲しいんですけど。
No. Akiho's words and actions, while innocent, are putting me on edge. Who knows when the vice principal is going to flip her lid at this point?
瀬宮さん、どうやら頭はまだ冷めていないようですわね。では、あなたが正当だと考える非常識な部費請求の理由について改めて聞きましょうか。
The fact that she's not getting angry is scary in and of itself. She'd normally start squawking at us right about now, but this calmness makes me feel like she's in control.
やだな。それはもう何度も話しましたよ。
Yes, tell her again, though.
改めてと言っているのですよ。
Akiho flashes me a troubled expression for just a moment, straightens up her back, and starts explaining.
来年の2月に東京万博が開かれます。
Okay. Wait, they changed that too to... Oh, from XSCA to XCO. That's... Okay, this one makes more sense than XSCA. Now let me save again. Just because, like, even though the guide I'm using says not to save until much later.
今回の万博は別名ロボット万博って言われてるくらいで、世界中のロボットが集まってくると予想されてるんです。
It's weird. Anyway.
で、ここからが重要なんですけど、万博期間中に全ての出展作品を対象にコンテストが行われます。そして最終的にグランプリが選ばれる世界で最も優秀で洗練されたロボットが決まるわけです。しかも今回の万博はこれまでと違って一般参加が許されてます。コンテストの対象にもなります。というわけでうちらロボ部はこの東京万博に正義の巨大ロボット頑張れる試作1号機で出場します。
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
でもあれを完成させるには 今の部費じゃ全然足りなくて。半年後の完成に間に合わせるには少しでも多くのお金をつぎ込むしかないわけで。
Yep, this is Akiho's reasoning. She's determined to enter her club into the Tokyo Expo. This is one dream she absolutely refuses to budge on. Hell, I want to support her too, if possible. But there are quite a few hurdles in the way.
瀬宮さん、あなた何も反省してませんわね。今説明した内容は以前と何も変わっていないじゃありませんこと。
当然です。
万博に出たいからお金をくださいなんて言い分が通用すると思っているのですか。
I love the conclusion of this scene. It's really well done. She makes a very good point.
ましてやロボ部はここ最近結果を出していない。あの図体ばかり大きいロボットだって。
正義の巨大ロボット頑張れる試作1号機、通称はガンツク1です。
何でもよろしいですわ。そのロボットだってもう8年も作り続けているのに完成する見込みはないのでしょう。
True. That is true. Yes.
だからそれをあと半年で完成させるために部費を。
2人しか部員がいないのではここで部費を出しても無駄に終わるに決まっています。
Well, what if... Oh no.
そんなことないです。必ず完成させます。
根拠はありますの？
根性で。
お話になりません。そもそもあんな大きなロボットである必要はないでしょう。もっと学生らしい身の丈に合ったものを作るべきですわ。それなら瀬宮さんが要求したような過剰な部費も必要なくなり。
それでもガンツクワンはロボ部の汗と涙の結晶なんです。あの子を万博に持っていくのがうちの夢なんだ。これは絶対に譲れません。
わからない子ですね。
認めたくないものだな。自分自身の若さゆえの過ちというものを。
Was that another one of her references? Probably.
なんですって？
Yeah, what?
アキちゃんどさくさに紛れて何言ってんの。
I know Akiho can get emotional. I know plenty well how strong her feelings are for the robotics club. But this isn't how we went over the vice principal. The two of them glare at one another. If I'm not careful, there's no doubt I'll get dragged into it too. The teachers seem to agree, as the faculty room is silent.
では瀬宮さん、こうしましょう。
Unexpectedly, the one to break the silence is the vice principal.
ロボット研究部としてまず結果を出しなさい。
In other words...
結果？
ロボ部創設当時、あなたのお姉さんはまず結果を出して同好会を正式な部へと昇格させたのですから。あなたもそれに習うべきでしょう。
Oh, crap, I got a bad feeling about this.
長深田先生。
はい。
Yes? At the sound of the vice principal's sharp voice, Michi, dozing off at his own seat, jumps to his feet. He basically tumbles his way over to the vice principal's desk.
京都先生、なんでしょう。
And uh, if you remember what happened last night with the chroma key issues, yeah, I don't know how it happened, but apparently I had chroma key applied to the game capture as well, which was why some green bits were faded out. Luckily, I fixed that one midstream.
先日先生がおっしゃっていたロボットの大会についてもう一度説明してください。
あ、再来週の日曜日に東京でロボワンが開催されます。
Okay.
もちろん瀬宮さんたちもご存知ですね。
Robo 1 is a hobby robot competition. Entrants from all over Japan pit the robots against each other in combat. Its history goes back over 15 years, and due to the robot boom broadcast, the Robo 1 get high viewership ratings. The year that the Robotics Club began as a student association, they won the championship in their debut appearance. That victory is what the vice principal was referencing earlier. That was the great thing that Misane did, convincing the school to promote the association into a club. Although these days it's just some past glory that'll remain forever out of reach. Ouch.
それに出ろと？
Not enter. Well, not just enter.
その通りです。ただし出るだけではなく。
Yeah, you must not just enter.
優勝してきなさい。
Yep. It's one of those but thou must kind of things.
それが結果を出すということですわ。
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
結果を出したなら瀬宮さんの請求している部費について学校としてもきちんと検討しましょう。
What the heck? What the heck? I don't know why I did that. Sorry, that was weird.
ただし、もし優勝できなかった場合は、
I don't know what happened, but for some reason the input wasn't registering. So I had to click on the game window again. The vice principal clears her throat, seemingly creating a dramatic pause on purpose.
即刻ロボ部は廃部とします。
Ah, crap. I see, so that's her aim, eh? Pretty underhanded tactics for an adult, I gotta say.
あなたたちが作っているあの大きなロボットもスクラップとして処分させてもらいますからね。
いや、それはさすがに。
やります。
What?
優勝すればいいんですね。約束しましたよ。絶対に守ってくださいよ。
もちろんですわ。ロボ部こそ条件はきちんと守りなさい。
That's impossible. Robo 1 isn't the same as when Misane competed. Plus, neither me nor Akiho have even been in a competition like that. In other words, this whole situation was manufactured specifically to crush us.
優勝はさすがに。
話は以上です。
Shut down. She swats me down like a fly. I look toward Michi for help. However, he's staying in attention and grimacing. Wait. Are his eyes closed? Great. Our teacher has completely surrendered to the VP. What a useless advisor.
失礼します。
Akiho bows deeply and exits with squared shoulders.
失礼しました。
I leave the savage atmosphere of the faculty room and take a deep breath. This is real bad, I think to myself as I rub my exceedingly empty stomach. Ah. Akiho still has a stern expression on her face, standing with her fists clenched tight. I don't want Akiho to push herself too hard. Neither of us are in the physical condition for that.
アキちゃん、とりあえずさ、お腹空かない？
絶対勝つ。
無理でしょ、いくらなんでも。
How could we possibly just show up and win? I saw a couple clips of the New Year's Eve turning online, and the robots were all incredible. Robo 1 isn't something you can just join and win on a whim. We have literally nothing working in our favor right now.
無理だってアキちゃん。ゴー・ノーゴー判断はノーゴーだ。
I repeat myself just to confirm it.
ロボ部はもう終わりさ。ここまでよく持った方だよ。
I want Akiho to give up. There's nothing wrong with taking it easy.
諦めたら叶う夢も叶わなくなるよ。
だってそもそもホビーロボットなんて俺たち持ってないでしょうが。
Technically, yes, you do.
おお。
I can tell by the look on her face that she's finally realized that simple fact.
本当に何も考えずに共闘の条件を飲んだわけね。
カイ、どうしたらいいかな。
いや、俺に聞かれてもね。
やる気なし人間。このままじゃ廃部なのに。ダメだ。諦めない。大丈夫。なんとかなる。うちは無駄に前向きなのが唯一の取り柄なんだから。
Akiho slaps both of her cheeks in an attempt to pump herself up while she tries to convince herself it'll all be okay.
疾風怒涛の元気一発頑張れる。ジャキーン。
In the middle of the hallway, she suddenly thrusts her fist into the air.
ほら、カイも一緒に。疾風怒涛の。
いや
やってよ。
Not happening. It's way too embarrassing. Sure enough, everyone around us is looking at us and smirking. Some recognize us as the Robotics Club and immediately understand.
俺に一緒にやらせたいならキルバラで勝負。
しないし。
しなくていいなら俺昼飯買ってくるから。あんじゃ。
My stomach is at its limit, so I leave Akiho and hurry off.
元気一発頑張れ
despite what she says, I don't really see much spirit. I open my umbrella and make my way toward the convenience store.
夢ね。
Akiho's dream is to enter Gunbarrel Prototype Model 1 into the expo and win the grand prize. It's fine to have dreams, but right now we're basically just frogs in a well. Hell, even within that well, we're still failures.
そりゃ夢は叶うのが一番だけどさ。
But if everyone's dreams came true, I don't feel like the world could keep turning. Only a handful of people can make their dreams come true. The overwhelming majority of people in the world have no choice but to give up on their dreams. I'm no exception to the rule. Akiho was willing to push herself to the limit from the very beginning. She's the type who charges into things headfirst without even considering her own health. In other words, she's nuts. The club president's been that way since forever. That's why I want nothing more than to hold her back by her collar and stop her from going any further.
腹減った。
Wait, the bell's ringing? Is lunch break already over? I don't have time to go to Mizuko-san's store.
嫌になっちゃうよな。
As soon as I complain, my stomach growls again, and I dejectedly return to the classroom, hungry.
うん。
Let's see. Oh, did I miss the first one? Oh, sorry. Man, never mind. After school, I plant myself firmly in the empty classroom and munch on some bread while diving deep into KB. Akiho went off with Michi somewhere and hasn't come back. During our afternoon classes, she seemed to be not really all there. I hope she's okay. As the only other member of the Robotics Club, I should really be there for Akiho. But, in truth, I don't actually want to help. Whoops. This is clearly a trap laid by the VP. We have no way of coming out on top in this, so my efforts would be wasted. Between matches, I stretch out and cast my gaze out the window. Huge raindrops fall from the sky relentlessly.
俺はどう動くべきかね。
I'm certain Akiho isn't just going to take this sitting down, so I need to come up with a plan of my own. But either way, my number one priority is to keep Akiho from pushing herself too hard.
とりあえず土砂降りになる前に帰るか。
At the end of the day, it's common for people to keep putting off their problems that are right in front of them.
うわ、高い。
I can't help but voice my thoughts. Since it's lunch break, I'm chowing down on some food while looking over a hobby robot site. It's a URL that Akiho sent, but I recoil in my seat just looking at some of the numbers on the screen. These prices aren't something a high school student can afford. The cheapest one is around 30,000 yen. 300 bucks? Ouch! when you look to the high end, some robots go for over 200,000 yen. Ooh. Yeah, no. No.
メーカーのキットだからね。やっぱりそれぐらいするよ。実質完成品みたいなものだし。それでも5年くらい前に比べればかなり安くなったんだよ。
Akiho had already finished her own lunch and stands imposingly in front of my desk as she explains.
自分でパーツを一から集めて作ればもっと安上がりになるけどね。
じゃあそうするつもりなの？
あと2週間しかないんじゃ、そんな余裕ないよ。
Akiho looks up at the ceiling in grief.
つまりキットを買うと。
それも無理。昨日お母さんにお年玉前借りしようとしたんだけど1万円までって言われちゃった。
The bottleneck is the lack of time before the competition. We don't even have time to work part-time jobs.
それなら決まりだね。ロボワン出場は諦めると。
No.
んや
Yeah. Akiho starts messing up my hair again. Two strands of my hair fall into the rice in my lunchbox. I quietly pluck them out with my fingertips.
飯時はよせ。
なんでカイはすぐ諦める方に持ってこうとするわけ？もっとあがこうよ。
手っ取り早くどうにかする方法でも思いついたなら、そういうポジティブ思考でもいいけどね。
思いついたから言ってるの。
Oh. Good. Akiho puffs up her chest in pride. So that explains her happy-go-lucky mood this morning.
じゃあ部長さん、その方法とやらを教えてくださいよ。
知りたい？知りたいならキルバラでうちに勝つことだね。
いいよ。アキちゃんをひとひねりにするくらいわけないし。
単なるカイの真似だってば。
I sure wish I was to pop a rolled egg into my mouth.
それでは教えます。ズバリ名誉部長を復活させる。
That's what I meant when I said, technically you do have a hobby robot. Huh. I end up accidentally swallowing the barely chewed egg. Ew.
どう？ナイスアイデアでしょ？
Oh god.
名誉部長ってまさか部室に飾ってある種菓子マシンさんのこと？
Sorry. Yep. Tanagashi Machine 3.
もちろん。かつてのロボワンウィナー9年ぶりの復活、たぎるよね。
Akiho thrusts her fist toward the ceiling, and our classmates shower her in cold glances. It's true that the robot is somewhat of a legend. It's Misane's brainchild and the very same robot that won Robo 1. It now decorates the club room, and we call it the Honorary Prez. But, to be frank, it's an antique. Since the robot boom began 5 years ago, tech know-how has evolved. I doubt we could win with a pre-boom machine. Well, you never know if you don't try. Besides,
あれ動くの？
動かない。でもオーバーホールすれば動くかも。
excuse me. I stuffed some sausage into my mouth, make sure to chew it properly and gulp it down.
まあ納得するまでやればいいと思うよ。
はい出ましたいつものザ人ごと。
少なくとも俺に手伝えることなんてなさそうだし。
This is Akiho we're talking about. She'll stubbornly try to fix that antique no matter what it takes. I'll just watch over her progress. After the sausage, I put a pickled plum into my mouth. Its sour flavor spreads out over my tongue, and I can't help but pucker my face in response.
はーい。
Akiho suddenly bends forward toward me. She's too close.
アキちゃんさ、俺とキスでもしたいの？
uh, uh, I'm not touching that one. Nope, no comment.
いやいや。買い物程度なら手伝ってくれてもいいでしょ。
買い物？
パーツとかの。
まあそのくらいなら。
あと貝のお弁当のうさぎリンゴ1個ちょうだい。
Man, I wish she'd get a clue about how the people around her feel. What?
ん？種菓子マシンさんのマニュアル？
そうロボ部の荷物全部探したんだけどどこにもなくて。
After school in the faculty room, I crouched down and stuck my way between the desks to avoid the VP. Michi's desk is a total mess and it smells weird. And since it's been raining all day, everything's real musty. Ugh. I can't help but scrunch up my face at the scent.
あらー、お前の姉ちゃんが作ったものだからな。学校にいないならお前ん家にあると思うぞ。これ豆知識な。
ミッチ把握してないの？
Michi has a long history with the club. He was part of the association and was even the club's first president. When Tanagashi Machine 3 won Robo 1, Michi was the one who took the award. There's still a commemorative photo by the entrance. And now he serves as the club advisor. That's why I'd been hoping he'd know anything and everything there was to know about the Robotics Club. But
10年近く前のものがどこにあるかなんて瀬宮妹は普通把握してるのか？
してないけど。
つまりそういうこった。
This April, the robotics club was moved from the tech prep room to the equipment storage space in the courtyard. Most of the club's inventory was still packed into boxes, or is still packed into boxes and stacked up inside of it. I was the one who packed it all up. I honestly don't remember if I saw the manual at the time.
でもまあ家にあるのが分かっただけでも進展かな。よし。
In order to pump myself up, I put my fist into the air despite still being crouched down.
あともしパーツが必要になったらミッチーにも間髪乗るから顧問として多めに出してね。
なあ瀬宮妹、いいかこれだけは先生言っときたい。
え、何？
こんな言葉があるんだ。先生の好きな言葉だからな。瀬宮妹もよーく聞いてしっかり胸に刻み込めよ。誰かに頼ってばかりじゃ社会の荒波に揉まれて終わりだ。やんちゃしてでも自分の力で努力しろ。その結果失敗してもその後の人生の勲章となる。どうだ、いい言葉だろう。
それってつまりお金は出さないってことじゃん。
I'm over here doing my best to find a way to win. So hearing him assume I'm gonna fail makes me angry.
これも教育の一環ってやつだ。先生も本当は心苦しいんだぞ。察しろ、瀬宮妹。
瀬宮妹って呼ばないでっていつも言ってるでしょ、ミッチー。
じゃあお前もミッチーって呼ぶな。長深田先生、わかるな。教師に敬意を払えば内申点も少しはサービスしてもらえるぞ。これも豆知識。
もういいよ。ミッチーに頼ったうちが間違いだった。失礼しました。
I hurriedly flee the faculty room. I'm fairly certain the VP was glaring at me the whole time, but I pay her no mind. The doom and gloom sets in as I return to the classroom.
部長ってこんな孤独な役目なんだな。
Up until now, I never really had much experience in leadership roles. You know, stuff like class rep or team captain. I automatically became the robotics club president when I became a third year, but nothing's been going right for me. The reason our reputation is in the mud is because of my beef with the student council and the vice principal. The more I think about it, the more my stomach starts to hurt.
まだだ。まだ終わらんよ。
I say out loud, trying to force myself to feel better. Oh. Yep. Knew it. Oh, man. Why did I have to run into him now of all times? I've spent over a year trying to get him to join our club because he'd be a rad addition to the team, but I still can't handle Hidaka-kun. I've legit never encountered such a jerk of an underclassman before.
日高くん、こんにちは。せっかくだからロボ部に。
No.
終わりでしょ。
え？
まだ終わらないなんて今のロボ部が言っても単なる現実逃避の言葉にしか聞こえませんよ。
Maybe. Maybe not. He heard me talking to myself. This is a wee bit embarrassing. Man, I'd love to erase the last 2 minutes from his memory. Now, normally, our conversation would end here. Hidaka-kun never sticks around to talk to me. But today's different. Instead, he's the one who approaches me.
ロボワンに出るそうですね。
Yes.
なぜそれを。
もう校内で噂になってますよ。
そっか、その通り。優勝しないとロボ部は解散なの。
無理ですね。
Quick and to the point. Hidaka-kun saying the same thing that Kai said.
そうかな。やってみなきゃわかんないよ。
Yeah, you won't know until you try.
僕はロボワンには多少詳しいんで。
That's right. Hidaka-kun entered Robo 1 solo when he was in junior high and made it to 3rd place. This is exactly why I was trying to convince him to join the club. How could I forget something so important?
これこそ運命的ってやつね。
Bleh. I can feel my blood pumping as I accidentally voice my thoughts. I pay little attention to Hidaka-kun's cold gaze.
日高くん、今こそ君の経験をロボ部のために生かす時だよ。
The moment I finish speaking, Hidaka-kun shifts his gaze in another direction. I follow his eyes and land at the glass showcase for all the trophies and awards that the various clubs have won. Among them is the group photo of the Robotics Research Association back when they won Robo 1 9 years ago.
瀬宮先輩はホビーロボットを作った経験は？
ないよ。
Couldn't be that hard, right?
でもほら、それよりずっと大きいロボを作った経験はあるわけだし。
Well, to be precise, I haven't actually finished anything. You know how it is.
そんなので優勝するつもりなんですね。
You'd be surprised, my friend.
あまりロボワンを舐めない方がいいですよ。
His words bite. It almost feels like he's stuck a needle in my heart. It's a sharp, prickly sort of pain. I'm so shocked by his aggressive words that I can't say a word.
他の出場者たちはそれこそ半年前から入念に準備してベストの期待で参加してくるんです。そこへ先輩みたいな三流素人が準備もなしにいきなり出て行って勝てるわけがない。ナンセンスです。
I managed to put my emotions back in order, then take a deep breath.
そういう君は今回の大会出るの？
いいえ、
Hmm.
一度出たきりだよね。なんで？
それは先輩には関係ないでしょ。
He spits out his response and abruptly tries to leave. Like heck, I'm gonna let someone younger than me talk smack and just leave. How frustrating. If I could just get one decent comeback in. And so, the words just fly out of my mouth. Oh no.
言っとくけど、奇跡は起こすものだよ。
I hide my anger behind a calm expression, wiggling my finger in the air like a pendulum.
ロボットアニメでもよくあるでしょ。頑張れるとかだってそうだったし。
頑張れるはお子様向けでしたからね。おかげで僕は見てて萎えましたが。ストーリーが安っぽかったんで、第一シーズンで切りましたよ。
Uh-oh. Oh no, them's fighting words, buddy.
おっと、おやおや、今のは聞き捨てなりませんな。
Yeah, them's fighting words. My heart's ablaze now. I'm pretty sure there are literal flames burning in my eyes now.
ロボットアニメは夢と希望とロマンがあってこそでしょ。
Okay, if you say so. Okay, so maybe that one anime with that person isn't really about that stuff, but that's an exception. What? That is the vaguest description of an anime I have ever heard. That one anime with that person. I don't know which anime she's talking about, if it's even a real one she's talking about. In fact, that person is the only exception.
そんな考え方だから世界的ロボットブームにもかかわらず、日本のロボットアニメはいつまでも子供の見るものっていう扱いなんですよ。もっと高尚で哲学的なプロット、あとはリアルさ、主にミリタリ色を全面的に打ち出すべきでしょう。
そんなの求めてないもん。ロボットアニメは子供たちが熱くたぎれるものだよ。
幼稚ですね。議論するに値しません。
むっくー。君の言うリアルロボット系の話って人がどんどん死んでって悲しくなるじゃん。
リアルロボット系？なんですそれ？
スーパーロボットとリアルロボットに決まって。
そもそもスーパーとリアルの定義から教えてください。そんなものがあればですが。
I've never really given it much thought. It's more like a kind of feeling you get.
リアルにありそうなのがリアルロボット系。
じゃ、僕は帰りますんで。何度も言いますが、もう話しかけてこないでくれますか？ロボ部と関わり合いになるのはごめんですから。
あ、ちょっと。
I heard they tried to stop Itaka-kun. But if I do, this'll just drag out our conversation. And the reality is that when it comes to this subject, we're on two completely different wavelengths. With that in mind, I resist the urge to chase after him. But once my flame is lit, it doesn't go out so easily.
坊やだからさ。
I finally managed to shout out from the depths of my soul, which of course results in all the students nearby having a good laugh at me as they head home. Back in the clubroom, I start to take Tanagashi Machine 3 apart, but since my energy has been totally sapped, I can't focus in the slightest.
ランク上がらないな。
I can't help but whine a little as I cast my gaze at the Kill Ballad leaderboards. On weekends, I get to play KB without anyone interrupting me. I've gone many weekends without eating or sleeping. In fact, weekends are when I focus on increasing my win rate against the top players, which is the quickest way to rank up. That said, I'm still in 5th place. Not bad. In the end, it doesn't matter how many times I defeat low-ranked players. I gotta beat the top ones to move up. But so far, I haven't been able to get matched with any of them.
逃げてるんじゃないよ。トップ5のくせに。
I complain to nobody in particular as I get ready to start another match.
カイト、ちょっと瀬宮さんとこに持ってってほしいもんがあるから出ておいで。
One second, hang on. I hear Mom, Fumiko, age 42, call me from the kitchen. Mom and I are usually the only ones home. Dad pilots the only flight connecting the Kagoshima airport to the Tanegashima airport, so he's away half the week. That's why he's not here today. So you want me to run an errand for your mom? She just loves to rob me of my precious me time. And you want me to go out in the pouring rain too? I saw my room door open, stick my head out, and yell back toward the kitchen.
俺に頼み事があるなら昼腹で勝負を。
グダグダ言ってないでちょっと行ってきてよ。お母さん手が離せないから。
As for what she wants me to deliver, she wants me to deliver. Tea leaves. She wants me to go share them with the Sonomiya family, since she got a bunch from our relatives. It's all thanks to this dumb errand that I've already lost at least 3 matches worth of fighting time. Fortunately, Akiho's house is right next to mine. Although because of the farmland between our homes, I have to walk about 45 meters to get there. In the front yard, I can see that Akiho's room on the second floor is lit up.
どうも、アイトです。
I slide the unlocked door open and casually stroll in. Wow. Akiho's mother, Auntie Tamaki, comes out to greet me. She seems quite pleased by the tea leaves I hand her. I hear thumping noises coming from the second floor. What in the world is Akiho doing? Might as well see what's up.
おっすー。
I witness Akiho's head stuck in the closet with her butt facing me.
カイ来たの？
Oh, she looks so cute in this outfit.
何してんの？
Without answering me, Akiho pulls out a cardboard box from the closet.
種子島新さんのマニュアルをね、探してるんだけど、見つかんなくて。
Okay, I can't remember. Did I get the... Let's see. Hasbro's. Fran Bear.
.っていうか、ノックしろって言ってるでしょ。うちが着替え中とかだったらどうする気？
それよりさ、飴ある？
まったく、マイペースだな。
Well, we know she does because we just saw the bag on the floor. Wait, that's Discord. Not what I thought it was going to be. Hang on 1 second. Akio gets up and picks up a pack of space candy sitting on the floor.
はい、1個だけね。
サンキュー。後で返すよ。
He didn't say no. He didn't say no. You had some. He said thank you. I've never returned the favor. This exchange is kind of like a ritual between the two of us. I came to her room to get a piece of space candy from her. Heck, I'm probably the only one who on the island who actually likes the stuff. People don't seem to be too big on the flavor. Even Akio thinks they're gross and won't touch them. The only reason why there are packs of space candy in her room in the first place is so she can give them to me. I can't even remember when this little ritual of ours started. But as long as there's a stock in here, I'll always be welcome to barge into this teenage girl's domain whenever I want. Or at least that's how I happen to interpret it. Akio complains, but she never chases me out. Hence, that shouldn't be hence why, that's bad grammar. Hence, I can drop in like this as if it were my own room. I unwrap the candy and toss it into my mouth. The fresh mint flavor spreads through and stimulates my nostrils. How can people not like this stuff? I swear they just haven't actually tried it. It's basically one of the 7 wonders of the island.
いつも思うんだけどさ、この部屋ってほんと女の子っぽくないよね。
Akio's walls are covered in old mecha anime posters and her shelves are lined with now unavailable robot figures. The geotags in this room are configured so that they don't display, but if they did, you'd drown in mecha anime info. Technically, a few of them displayed, but not all of them. Anyone who didn't know Akiho would assume this room belonged to a dude.
いつも答えてるけど、うちに愛と勇気と希望と正義を与えてくれるんだから、ポスターもフィギュアも外すつもりはないよ。
Boy.
あ、そう。
Right. Well, I guess Akiho can do whatever she wants with her own room. True. I sit down backward on a chair and lay my chest on the backrest.
で、マニュアル探してるって？
Upon closer inspection, the box she's digging through contains small empty figurine boxes along with towels with robot illustrations on them.
今日の朝からずっとね。でも見つからなくて。
アキちゃんの部屋をいくら探しても意味ないんじゃない？ミサ姉の部屋でしょ？あるとしたら。
Yes.
水ポン見なかったの？
Her... Akiho lowers her shoulders and drops down on her bed.
午前中はずっとお姉ちゃんの部屋を引っかき回してたよ。
And she didn't find a thing. Oof.
他にありそうな場所は？
庭にある倉庫か。お父さんの書斎かな。
Either way, sounds like a lot of work. But I could totally see it being in her old man's study. Heck, it was basically her dad that made Akiho into the mecha anime fangirl that she is today. His study is full of mecha anime DVDs, Blu-rays, and even antiques like LDs. That's the laser discs for when, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Akiho lies down on the bed face up. Then, from that position, she stretches out her arms and legs.
もうすでにヘトヘトだよ。
Aww. Poor thing. I really wish she wouldn't push herself like this. It makes me worry.
っていうかさ、そこまで無理してロボワンに出なくてもいいんじゃない？
え？
どうせ出たって勝てないのは確定してるし、廃部になるならなるでそれもいいかもしれないって思うわけ。必死にあがくよりもよっぽどね。
Kai, you don't know what you just said, you fool. Akiho sits up abruptly and shakes her head in a manner that seems almost lonely.
ダメだよ。廃部になったら終わりなんだよ。
Nope. Not gonna do it. Just because of what she said. Nope. Nope. Not going there.
カイはロボ部に思い入れがないかもしれないけど、うちにとってはかけがえのない。
でもさ、あの巨大ロボ個人で作り続けることだってできるわけでしょ？ムカつく教頭とのしがらみとか関係なく、むしろのびのびやれるとも言える。そもそもアキちゃんが高校生の間に何とかしなきゃならないわけでもないと思うんだ。万博に出られるならそれは万々歳だけど、出られなきゃ死ぬってわけでもない。焦って強引に完成させるより、いいものをちゃんと作り上げるっていう方法論もあるはずだよ。
廃部になればガンツクワンはスクラップにされちゃう。
それに従う必要はないし、交渉の余地だってあるさ。
でもね、カイ。
Akiho just barely smiles. Why would she smile now?
うちはロボ部の部員として学生としてのルールの中でなんとかしたいって思うんだ。もちろん個人で引き取ってコツコツ作っていけば何年かかるかはわからないけど完成はさせられるかもしれない。それも夢の形としてはありだと思う。だけどうちはやっぱりロボ部として万博に行きたいな。あと半年っていう期間の中でどれだけ無茶してでもなんとかしたい。もちろん半年経ってダメだったらスパッとやめちゃうってわけじゃないけど、そんな線引きを自分の中で作ってるんだ。
Akiho's eyes shine with determination as she explains her motivations to me. I almost lose myself in those eyes.
ロボ部へのこだわりか。ミサ姉や先輩たちが受け継いできた思いを大事にしたいみたいな、 ロマンティシズム。
This intangible thing that's been passed down from Misane, Michi, and the others, and the other founding members. Is that what's motivating Akiho? Misane in particular probably had a huge effect on her.
お姉ちゃんが作ったロボ部とお姉ちゃんが作ろうとしたガンツクワンだから。
Akiho really does love Misane. Is this what they call a sister complex? Or maybe she still hasn't grown of her dependence on her. I think it's the latter because the former just sounds kind of silly and weird.
それにロボットアニメに必要なものは夢とロマンなのだ。
Akio says that with a happy smile on her face as she poses dramatically. In just 6 months, we'll be graduating and leaving the island behind us. Most students from this island follow that path, whether they go to college or choose to look for a job instead. There are those like Michi or Mizuka-san who come back to the island, and the rest who don't, like Misane. Either way, once she leaves this island, Akio won't be able to just focus on building her robot.
アキちゃんさ、この前はロボのことしか考えてないって言ってたけど、結構ちゃんと将来のこと考えてるじゃん。
そうかな。将来のことじゃなくてロボ部のことしか考えてない気がするんだけど。
Well, I guess I understand how Akio feels. I'm not gonna be a jackass and keep pushing back on this.
そういうことなら頑張ってよ。というわけで俺は。
Just before I can say leave, Akio grabs my wrist.
待った。
Oh no.
アキちゃんまさか。
If she's stopping me here, that must mean...
カイもマニュアル探すの手伝って。
うわ、やっぱり。
ついでだからいいでしょ。夜はうちの家でご飯食べてっていいから。
夜まで探すつもりなの？
Fine, I guess I'll help. Plus, I get Auntie Tamaki's food out of this. Unfortunately, even after searching long and hard, we fail to locate the manual. I'm glad it's sunny today. I think that to myself as I remove my helmet. The breeze feels nice and cool, perhaps due to yesterday's rain. The school grounds on Sunday are quiet. It's been a while since I've come to school on a day off on club business, or at least it's my first time doing it this year. Honestly, I'd much prefer to be lying around at home playing Kill Ballad. Of course you would. After seeing Akio's tweet that read, "I'm so lonely doing an overhaul at the club room on a Sunday," I came here. Let me... Can I play anything else? I had to pick that one. As soon as I saw that she was all by herself, I painstakingly dragged myself over here. My personal policy has always been that I never participate in robotics club activities. But when it comes to everything else, I do my best to help Akiho out whenever she needs a hand. Akiho and I are basically one in body and soul at this point. We rarely do things without each other. Damn it, Akiho, have you forgotten about your attacks? Or maybe she's still salty about me steamrolling her ass in KB last night. She knows I show no mercy. The lawn in front of the club room is still damp from yesterday's rain. Can I do the thing now? Nope, I can't do the thing. Wait, yes, I can. There it is. The wrong door. Too bad. I would have loved to lay down and game for a bit. I could see Aki goes back to the open clubroom door.
アキちゃん
When I call out to her, she immediately recognizes my voice and comes outside.
あれ、来たの？
来たよ。はい、差し入れ。
I toss her a bottle of Skull. And yes, in case you're wondering, that is a real drink. It's from what I've read, it's like carbonated milk. I think it's disgusting looking. After catching it, she raises the bottle up high in excitement, then begins chugging it down right after. Seeing her drink like it's the nectar of the gods or something is enough to put a smile on my face. Oh. A thin layer of sweat covers Akiho's forehead. I guess it's still hot inside the club room.
あー、生き返る。
My usual seat of choice is too damp to sit on, so I settle for a clubroom chair. Sprawled out on the table is our honorary prez disassembled. Can I check it? Anything? Nope. Akiho sits in front of the table and begins to further take it apart with screwdriver in hand.
それより昨日マニュアルは見つかったの？
What do you think? As I was leaving her house last night, Akiho loudly declared that she was going to continue her search.
うん、これ。
Oh, I was going to say, what do you think? No. But then, no, found it. Sweet. Hang on, let me turn on my light over here real quick. That's settled in. Yeah, that's not too bright, is it? Yeah, it should be okay. It's bright enough, I think. Akiho holds up a notebook. The pages inside are covered with all sorts of design drawings, notes, and programs that are all written in feminine handwriting. Ooh, cool. And this is another new thing, or difference in the patch. Translated CGs. Yeah.
ミサ姉の手書き？
もちろん。結局ね、お父さんの書斎にあった。
俺の予想通りだったね。
That happened to be the one place we didn't search last night.
で、名誉部長は治りそう？
どうかな。バラして故障の原因を見つけなきゃ。
単純に電池切れとかそういうオチだったら笑うよね。
その可能性は結構高いかも。バッテリー切れってだけなら充電すれば済む話なの。
Oh, that would be hilarious now, wouldn't it?
それなら簡単でいいな。アキちゃんも苦労しないでしょ。
問題は充電器が行方不明だったり。
Thank you, Stay Healthy Bot. I was waiting for you to show up.
行方不明だとどうなるの？
新しく手に入れないといけなくなる。
お高いの？
お高い。5000円以上する。
マジ？
しかも10年も前のパーツだから、それに対応する充電器を見つけるだけでも一苦労だよ。取り寄せるだけで1週間ぐらいかかるかも。
Oof. That is rough, buddy. Akiho removes one screw after another in an orderly fashion while she explains the battery situation to me. The screws are all 2 to 3 millimeters long. If she drops them, that's all she wrote.
どのネジがどこのなのか把握しながらバラしてる？
なんとなく。
なんとなくでいいの？
ほとんどは同じ大きさのネジだから、そんなに問題にはならないや。
She seems to be storing the removed screws in an empty snack can, so I take a peek inside.
でもさ、微妙に長さの違うネジがちょっと混じってるけど。
え？
Don't give me that. She's way too disorganized.
まあ、マニュアルあるし、平気だって。
God help us all. I still have no intention of intervening.
ギルバラ、起動。
I pull out my Pokecom and boot up Kill Ballad.
バッテリー交換以外には何あるの？
と、全サーボモーターの動作チェックとか、サーボアンプが正常かどうか調べたりとか、後でロボクリニックに行ってこようかな。
The Robot Clinic is a parts store that our club has ties to. As per its name, it mostly carries hobby robot related parts. It's basically Akiho's current lifeline. The shop owner is pretty terrifying, though.
それとプログラムだね。苦手だからあんまり手をつけたくないんだけど、そっちもチェックしないとロボワンじゃ勝てないだろうな。
The club room is hot and dark. Akiho relies solely on the desk lamp as she tinkers away at the robot's small pieces. I hope she doesn't go blind. Anyway, guess I'll start playing Kill Ballad. Akiho disassembles the honorary prez. And I play Kill Ballad. The sounds of birds chirping fill the air of the island. It's just a relaxing Sunday afternoon. In fact, it's so relaxing that it's hard to believe that the club is on the verge of being disbanded.
ねえ、カイ。例えばさ、ロボワンでオペレーターとかやってみる気ないかな。
オペレーターって何？
操縦する人のこと。
If I gave in here, Operation Make Akiho Give Up on Robo 1 would be all for naught. Time to go cold.
別に興味ないかな。
なんで？
Akiho's eyes widen as she peeks at my face.
いつもキルバラ ラでロボット操縦してるのに。
俺はロボット操縦が好きだからキルバラを選んだんじゃないよ。このゲームが格ゲーとして優れてて、オンラインに強敵がいるからプレイしているわけでね。
That's valid. Before I got hooked on Kill Ballad, I was into all kinds of fighting games with normal human characters.
やってみたいとも思わない？
思わないね。
ロボワンにも強敵はいるよ。それに1対1の勝負だよ。
そもそもオペレーターはアキちゃんがやるべきだよ。部長だし、アキちゃんが名誉部長を修理してるんだし。
そりゃ自分で操縦はしてみたいけど、カイの方がうまくできそうな気がしたから。
ロボの操縦は俺だってやったことないから、スタートラインは同じでしょ。
そっか、そうだよね。
She continues her task silently for a while.
ねえカイ、率直な意見を教えてほしいんだけど。
Akiho takes an unusually serious tone. Could she have finally realized that she has no chance of winning Robo 1? I stop playing Kill Ballad and look at Akiho.
カイはどう思う？種子島新さんのデザイン、かっこ悪いよね。
I nearly collapse out of sheer disappointment.
すごくどうでもいい。
なんで？ここ重要だよ。
これデザインしたのってミサ姉でしょ。文句はミサ姉に言いなよ。
だってお姉ちゃん東京だし。
つまりアキちゃん的にはデザイン一新したいの。でもね、それ作ってる余裕ある？
ないけど。
Akiho looks displeased.
なんか物足りない気がするんだ。弱そうっていうか。
あんまりそういうの意識してデザインしたわけじゃないと思うよ。
でもやっぱり見た目は重要だよ。強そうな方がたぎるし。デザイン一新は無理でも、一部を改良する程度で印象変わらないかな。例えばカイがオペレーターなら両肩にキャノンとかあった方がいいよね。
キャノ
キャノン。
ン？何それ？役に立つの？
キャノンはぶっ放すんだよ。
ロボワンの試合で？
違うよ、そういう設定。
ロボワンの試合ではどう使うの？
ただの飾りかな。
Wow. Give me a break. This one's on me for taking her seriously.
でね、うちがオペレーターならどんなカスタマイズがいいかなって。
ああ、好きにしたらいいと思うよ。
個人的には変形機構と必殺技が欲しいところなんだけど。
そんなの採用してたら絶対に本番までに間に合わないだろうね。
さすがに変形合体機構はロボワンには関係ないし、実現するのはかなり難しいから最初から諦めてるけどね。
それなら変形機構もいらないでしょ
Yeah, why bring it up?
ダメか。
う。何を優先させるかだよ。プライドか結果かみたいな。
結果。
へえ、そう。なんで黙るの？
い
She's laughing it off, but it seems like she's finally realized how ridiculous her ideas were. Me and Akiho return to our respective tasks. The robot clinic is southbound on Interstate 58, just after the intersection entering Minamitane. Akio often drags me here since it's on the way back home from school. Its convenient location is a real pain in the neck for me.
いつも思うけど、完全にホラーだよね、ここ。
The gaudy neon sign forces itself into my line of sight like it's battling the setting sun. The sign's overwhelming presence makes me want to enter the store even less. Even with summer right around the corner, it feels a bit chilly around here. The clinic occupies a single-story building. All of the windows are covered in plywood, so you can't see inside. Behind the building is a large pile of scrap tossed carelessly behind a fence. It feels like something might burst out of that mess.
もっとこうなんとか研究所みたいな外見にしてほしいよね。
Akiho watches too much mecha anime. I'd rather wait outside since it's a pain, but as always, Akiho pushes my back and forces me inside. Inside, Western music echoes throughout the store at a ridiculously high volume. Rock music, to be specific. Yeah, which, again, the music is off because copyright reasons. And this is going on YouTube later, so I don't want to get flagged. This feels more like a nightclub or some kind of concert venue. It's always like this here, which explains why nobody ever comes by. As for the choice of music, rock is just the owner's thing. The inside of the store is dusty, dark, and messy. Scrap is all over the place, and it feels like the owner has zero intention of ever tidying any of it up. Excuse me. I suddenly noticed that the man of the hour had exited the back room and is now sitting at the counter in silence. This old man is the robot clinic's owner and self-proclaimed robot doctor, Fujita Tetsuharu. He is an incredibly stubborn, terrifying old man. What? Why isn't the voice playing? That's weird. Oh, the music, right. Ah. I was like, wait, what? The old man scowls, seemingly unaware of what's going on. Akiho resorts to making weird body gestures in order to get him to lower the volume. The old man clicks his tongue and finally drops the volume down. This is how it always goes. By this point, Akiho is usually pretty exhausted. I stand by the door and want to watch without saying anything.
こんにちは、ドク。
There we go.
パーツならこの前くれてやったろうが、もう分けてやるもんはねえぞ。 それとそこの付き添い、久々に顔出したくせに挨拶もできねえのか。
He's glaring at me. He really is terrifying.
ご無沙汰です。
てっきりのたれ死んだのかと思ったぜ。
Rude.
残念ながら生きてるよ。
So this is rock and roll, I think.
ドク、今日はガンツクワンの件じゃないんだ。
Doc is familiar with the president's history as a Robo 1 champion Misane's brainchild.
今オーバーホール中なんだけど、交換したいパーツがあって。
とりあえず見せてみな。
Akiho takes the disassembled parts out of her bag.
バッテリーとその充電器、できれば全く同じ種類のが欲しいの。
Just as we joked about earlier, the reason the outer press can't move is because of the old battery. If we can replace those, it should move at the very least. As for how well it'll move, Akiho says that will depend entirely on the maintenance of the other parts.
表彰成か。しかも生産終了になったSプラグタイプじゃねえか。表彰のは確か7年前に出たのからサイズも変わったんだ。これと同じもんなんざ今手に入るわけはねえだろうがよ。
じゃあどうすれば。
Oh, sorry. I was just reading something.
そうだな。プラグを交換すりゃなんとか対応できるだろう。バッテリーのサイズは小さくはなってんだから取り付けることは造作もねえよ。
プラグ交換、そんなのマニュアルにあったかな。それにうちってそんなに器用じゃないし。
使えねえ小娘だな。プラグ交換なんざ大して難しい作業でもねえのによくロボ部の部長が務まるもんだ。そんならメーカー変えるしかねえな。S プラグ対応なら今だと小川だのが安いぜ。
じゃあそれで。
取り寄せになるから3日はかかるがいいんだな。
お値段は？
充電器も含めりゃ一番安い方でだいたい8000ちょいってとこか。
高いよ。それ新品価格？
うちは中古専門だ。今さら何言ってんだ。新品ならこの倍はすんだよ。
Yeah, oof.
これでも送料抜いてやってんだ。文句は一人前になってから言え。クソロボブ。
クソとか言わないでよ。
他は？
センサー類を新しくしたいなーなんて。
賢明だな。10年前と今じゃ性能が段違だ。
うん。でね、うちとしては全方位カメラを使いたいんだけど。
それのどこがセンサなんだ。カメラとセンサの違いも理解できねえのか。
いや、全方位カメラと距離センサーを組み合わせたような、なんていうかハイテクな感じの。
ロボワン用の機体にそんな機能をつけても単なる飾りで終わりだ。 GPO って名を考えやがれバカか。そもそも全方位カメラがいくらすると思ってんだ。5万じゃ済まねえぞ、貧乏学生め。
Akiho's eyes tear up as her shoulders droop. The doctor is as relentless as ever, even against a young girl. To be honest, that's what I like about him. I myself am relentless when it comes to matches.
じゃあドク、ロボワンに出るにあたってどんなセンサーが一番重要かな。
ジャイロだろうな。
でもジャイロセンサーを変えたらプログラム最初から組み直しじゃ。
知らねえよ。プログラムもできねえ分際でホビーロボを作ろうとすんじゃねえよ。
Oof.
いや、時間をかければなんとかなるかもだけど、今回スケジュールの余裕がなくて。ちなみにジャイロって相場はいくら？
俺のおすすめはこいつだ。
The doctor squats down behind the counter and pulls out a part from the lower shelf.
香港のデバイスズヒーロー社から去年出た新型三軸ジャイロでな。性能は折り紙付きだぜ。今なら超格安の4000でいい。
負けてください。
甘えんな。ビタ一問負けるつもりはねえ。前から言ってるはずだぜ。うちはプロとしてやってんだ。俺の提示した金額こそがプロとして保証する値段だってな。それに納得したなら買っていきな。納得できねえなら今すぐ出てけ。
Oof.
ぽったくり。
交渉決裂だな。
待って待って。
Now then, what's Akiho's next move? I checked before we left the school. Akiho has 721 yen, and I have 590 yen. So even if we pull it all together, we can't afford anything.
じゃあ とりあえず小川田のバッテリーと充電器取り寄せよろしくです。で、言いにくいんですけど、後払いでもいい？
金払わねえなら物は渡さねえよ。
Oof. Part of his job as a pro at the clinic is to check each part he's procured and, if needed, restore it and make adjustments. Doc mostly handles used items, so he takes this work seriously. That's what he means by a pro's work. He also doesn't charge for the maintenance, which is pretty cool. At least, that's what Akiho tells me.
分かったら3日後に来な。
頑張ります。
Akiho gives him a wishy-washy reply, bows her head deeply, and exits the store.
さてと。
She stretches out, finally liberated from Doc's overwhelming aura, and even starts doing squats.
お金はどうするつもり？
なんとかなるでしょう。 遣いの前借りって何ヶ月分までできる？
俺の小遣いを当てにしてるの？
カイだってロボ部だし。
True.
さっきドクに言われたでしょ、甘えるなって。
Yes.
それでも俺に金の工面を頼みたいって言うなら分かってるよね。
I flaunt my Pokegum at her.
勝負して俺に勝てたなら従おうじゃないの。
カイってめんどくさい。
それが俺のポリシーだから。
わかった、やってやる。
Oh gosh. She's challenged me 2 days in a row. That's pretty bold for Akiho. She must really be backed into a corner.
いいね。じゃあ始めよう。手加減はしないから。
Oh god. Oh
キルバロ
no.
起動。
Oh no.
ドクって怖いよね。
そう？話してみると結構いいおじいちゃんだよ。
さっきクソとかバカとか言われてたのに。
まあさすが
Oh
に
boy.
けど、カイにこれでボコボコにされるよりはへこむ。
I'm nervous. Oh crap.
別にアキちゃんを気遣ってるわけでもないしね。
こんにゃろ
イライラしたからって後で髪ワシャワシャしないでよ。
That's it.
まだまだだね。
That's it.
アキちゃん。
Really?
もう
Lame.
なんでそんなに強いの？
そりゃ毎日やり込んでるから。
We've already spent way too much time hanging out in front of the store. As the sun begins to set, the gaudy neon sign begins to stand out even more.
日が暮れる前に帰ろう。お腹空いちゃった。
はいはい。
Akiho ended up giving up on beating me for the day. By the by, Akiho managed to ruffle up my hair before I could put my helmet on. Okay, we're changing POV again.
ここ今度のテストに出るよ。つまり自由貿易にはそういうメリットがあるわけだけども、そもそも WTO が設置された意味というのは。
Oh god. Economics. Blah blah blah. Oh god. I'm broke. Money, money, money. The world's held together by money. You need money to do everything. True. Plus, making a robot requires more cash than usual stuff. True. Be they giant or small, they both require tons of money. True. How can a lone high school girl like me ever come up with that kind of cash? Oof. Do you even know my monthly allowance? 3,000 yen. Like, what? That can't cover all my snacks, clothes, and skincare products. I mean, 3,000 yen for a senior is way too little. Oof. Spoiled. Nuts. I spin my pencil in my hand. And this whole Robo 1 ultimatum the VP gave us wouldn't be an issue if it wasn't for me asking for an increase in budget. But now, I have to spend even more money to prepare a robot to enter Robo 1. What was even the point? Well, Akiho, unfortunately, you gotta spend money to make money. Maybe Kai's right. Maybe the vice principal just wants to shut down the robotics club. But I don't want to give up. I actually see Robo 1 as a huge opportunity. If we win, we can accept our budget with pride. Nobody talks smack about us anymore. They'll come around to us. That's why the most important thing right now is acquiring 12,000 yen. The money to buy parts. But I've never gotten that kind of cash before, not even for New Year's. If I do somehow get in advance, I need my New Year's money and a few months of allowance. At this point, I come to the realization that my brain is filled with nothing but thoughts of how to make cash. I bite down on my lip and put my head down on my desk. My legs are kicking all over the place. I wonder if this is how a CEO whose company is on the verge of collapse feels. I wish I could just focus on my dream. Don't we all?
瀬宮、どうした？気分でも悪いのか？
至って元気です。
そうか。
Oh. My anxiety grows stronger with each passing day.
いらっしゃい。
That's weird. It gave me a tip now? After school, I swing by the Erie General Store. As soon as I step in, I gulp loudly. My hands have been sweating for a bit now, and my knees won't stop shaking. Am I nervous, or is this pure terror? Both. Musica-san, who at this point senses my restless presence, folds the newspaper she had been reading and sits upright.
やるのかい？
After giving her a small nod, I look over at the steamer resting next to the register.
例のあれ、一つください。毎度。
Oh boy. Musica-san grins and opens the steamer. She takes out a passion fruit bun from the top shelf. That actually looks delicious. Would I want to try it? Probably not. But it looks delicious. Wait, the seeds are edible? What? I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Also, I'm going to save. Come on, Kaito. Pretend like you don't know they've been promoting this thing as new for at least 4 years now. Oof. It's a local delight only available at this location. Sure, it sounds nice on paper, but reality is a cruel mistress. This little thing is lethal, known by many as the Destroyer. It emerged from somewhere far worse than hell. Passion fruit in and of itself tastes pretty great. But as soon as it's a bun, oh boy, something went horribly wrong. I hesitate to call it food. I'd heard that Misaka-san's father is the man behind the monster, but did he ever taste test this thing? It tastes disgusting. The steaming thing Musica-san hands me smells ever so slightly sour. For reasons I can't explain, I tear up. Every time I eat one of these, my appetite gets annihilated for the rest of the day. Oof. Oof. No. It'd be great for any girls on a diet. As for why I'm about to eat one of these culinary disasters, it's so I can collect some information. This is a trade-off.
一気に行きな。
Oh god.
いただきます。
I make peace with myself as I open my mouth wide and jam the thing in. Oh god, Kai, you're an idiot. Kai, you dummy. The warm and slimy texture of the fruit pulp and the bun's grotesque appearance. The sour flavor that overwhelms the sweetness due to its warmth. Yeah, that sounds about right. The more I chew, the more tears and snot come flowing out from the holes on my face. At this point, I can barely breathe. Actually, I think I might be choking. Even so, I force the beast down. If I don't finish this thing, I won't get what I came here for. Mizuki-san watches my distorted face with her usual grin. Oh god. She's enjoying this. She's definitely enjoying this. I can already feel the stomach acid working its way up my throat. Somehow I managed to hold it down, swallowing the mess in my mouth. Oh, Kai, you bad boy. Without wiping my tears, I grab a skull from the beverage stand or section. I guzzle it down without paying for it. I silently place 200 yen on the register counter and take some time to recover from the hell I just experienced. Ouch. Up until a few years ago, sodas used to cost 150 yen, but the economic recession hit hard, a tough price for a student. I'd have died if I had drank that just now, though. Yeah, but you also just said do it in one gulp. Yeah, you also said do it in one. Which is it? Actually impossible.
ま、いいさ。湖協定成立だ。
This is a special agreement that Mizuka-san and I have between us. As you can imagine, it was named after the horrific terms that I have to uphold in order to get info. If it were me, I would refuse. Like, no, you can keep your information. I don't want it. Mizuko-san is basically my info broker. She's socially savvy and works here every day, so she gets to casually chat with faculty and students alike. Since she has all sorts of connections across the island, her giant social circle means she's well informed. Ooh, cool. And so Mizuka-san secretly provides me with info she gets her hands on. It was originally Mizuka-san who proposed that one entire passion fruit bun in exchange for info. The locals all know how awful it is, so nobody dares drop any cash on them. Its poisonous aura alone keeps tourists away. And yet, Mizuka-san's dad still stocks them every single day. It's apparently hard for her to get rid of them. Then why doesn't she just eat them herself? Did she never think of that? Oh, oh god, her measurements? No.
どうせ貧相なサイズだろうし、どうでもいいよ。
Well, a wave of nausea washes over me. I hold it down, take a deep breath, and try to calm myself. There's still an awful burning sensation in my throat. Normal passion fruit shouldn't be this deadly. What the hell did they put in this thing?
知りたいのはロボクリニックのロボドクターのこと。ああ、あの頑固じいさんか。それなら秋の方が詳しいんじゃない？
No, not really.
毒の弱みとかそういうのが知りたいんだよね。パーツ代を思わず値下げしちゃいたくなるようなそういう弱み。
That's better. Mizuka-san slaps her knee in amusement.
あのじいさんを脅して商品を値切ろって？そりゃ傑作だ。大した度胸じゃないか。また秋のために一肌脱ぐわけだ。
Technically. Sharp as attack. She's just as tricky to deal with as Misane.
そんな大層なものじゃないよ。でもまあ、何事もスムーズに進んだ方が自分に降りかかる火の粉も少なくなるでしょ。
It's not like I'm doing this to make Akiho happy or anything like that. I'm doing it for my own sake. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, buddy.
なんていうか、俺信頼してないんだよね。瀬宮明穂って人間を。つまりそういうこと。貝が秋の何なのかわからなくなってきて。
Okay, you texting me? Let me check. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like Akiho. I really think that we're of one in body and soul. When I say I don't have faith in her, I mean that she's unreliable. Plus, oh, jeez. A long time ago, I was tasked with this mission. All I'm doing is fulfilling the promise I made that day.
もしかしたら 保護者のつもりなのかも、俺。アキちゃんにとってのミサ姉の代わりみたいな。
やっぱけなげだわ、あんたって。アキに対してもミサに対してもね。
Oh, ha 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 ha. Mizuka-san lightly punches my upper arm. She's snickering in amusement.
情報はいつ頃もらえる？
手に入ったら連絡する。なるはや。だろ？
よろしく。
I suppress my gag reflex and exit the store. Lunch break the next day. I'm on my way back to the classroom after a quick bathroom break when my tablet starts to ring.
電話、受信。もしもし。
湖協定の件だけど。
水香さんか。何か分かった？
ああ、突き止めたよ。孫がいる。
Ooh.
孫？へえ、そうなんだ。そういえば毒の家族って謎だったけど。
カイやアキと同学年みたいだけど。
Oh.
3年1組、空手部の大徳純奈。知ってるかい？
え、マジ？去年クラスメートだったんだよね。この前もちょっと話した。
その子の母方の祖父があのじいさんらしい。おじいちゃんってのは孫のお願いには弱いもんさ。あとはわかるな。しっかりやんな。
You know what to do, she says. Does he really, though? That's Musica-san for you. Only took her one day to find something. The trip through passion fruit hell was worth it. So she's his granddaughter, eh? So basically, we get Daituko Juna to ask her Grams to hand over the parts for free. Would Doc ever say such an insane request, granddaughter or not? I can't even imagine this playing out so simply. This might just end up biting us in the ass. He's hard-headed, so it's likely that he'll get upset and say, "How dare you use my Juna-chan?" And banned. Either way, I should fill Akiho in. What she does with the info is out of my hands. My role is merely to show her the path. Whether she walks that path or not is entirely up to her.
これは運命だね。
Okay, now let me check the classroom. So there should be a tag in here somewhere. Nope. Akiho is eating lunch alone when I deliver the news to her. She immediately jumps up from her chair.
まさかそんなつながりがあったなんて。身内価格。これで少なくとも3割引きは期待できるかも。
Oof.
うまくやれば半額。ただってことも。
The president is a lost cause. She's off in her own delusions where things could never possibly go south.
あ、でもカイ、なんでそんなすごい情報を知ってるの？
You don't want to know. You do not want to know.
風の噂を耳に挟んだんだよ。
へえ、全然知らなかった。ドクター大徳さんじゃ名前も全然違うし。とにかくこれは突撃あるのみだね。
Akiho swiftly closes the letter in her half-eaten lunch and heads toward Daitoku-san's classroom next door. And I think that is where I will end this stream for today. I hope you're all enjoying this series. Let me save real quick. Okay, let me save here. As I said, I hope you're all enjoying this series, and until the next stream, which I don't know when that's going to be, could be tomorrow, could be Wednesday, I don't know when, could be next month. Well, I mean, later next month anyway. We'll see. But until whenever that day is, later days, and as always, El Sai Congru.